Hello team, Army of Light Earth Division. It's Shauna L. Francis and today is March 8th, 2023. I had to look. Thanks so much for joining me. We are channeling Queen Elizabeth and we had a pretty interesting conversation today. It did take all afternoon into the evening. It was a bit clunky, a bit rough. I think I started the process about 3 p.m. and we didn't wrap up until I think it was 10 tonight. So I had some breaks and had a few interruptions, but I've been at this all afternoon. So it's a bit exhausting, but it's good. And I don't think we really got through everything that we wanted to talk to today on this topic. So I'm going to call this kind of part one. And then I expect and hope that tomorrow we will wrap up whatever this was where she was going with this information. It's about 1,500 words, a little over. I have not had a chance today to schedule our collective intention setting, the meditation that Queen Elizabeth requested yesterday. We'll do 3 of those. So bear with me, guys. There was just not enough time in the day to get everything done. And so within the next day or 2, I will get that all figured out, sorted out, and of course, let all of you know. Thanks everybody for your enthusiasm to help bring love and light to the hive mind humans here, to that collective. It's so exciting. I mean, who gets to do this stuff? We do. It's so exciting. All right, team, it's late, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here with what Queen Elizabeth had to say today. All right, we had our pleasantries, and it took probably 15-20 minutes for her to get started. She said here, a drop of water, a vast ocean. Is there a difference? The ocean only exists because of the many molecules of water that make the whole. A drop of water is made of the same. Each person in this movement, each person who has said yes to the light, each person who has chosen to be in service to the light, are at once the drop of water and the entire ocean. Individuated as an aspect of a much larger infinite soul, yet at the same time containing every bit of the vastness of source within that individuated experience. And while every person on this planet shares in this construct, the difference with the lightworkers on this planet is intention, conscious, deliberate intention. Yeah, we are really getting schooled in this whole idea, working collectively, working with intention, working as, in service to others. We are all one. I understand it as a concept, but I still really don't quite get it, to be quite honest. I've had glimpses of the oneness. I've felt it during meditation. I understand basically what it means and what they're saying, but I mean, it's still something I'm learning. It's still something I'm mulling around and getting to know, and I'm deepening my understanding around it. So anyway, I'm not sure where all of you are at with that, but that's kind of me right now. Know, dear ones, she said, that while you are a singularity, you are also the ocean. You are also the all that is. Once you know this and believe it, and you understand it, it brings your intention setting and your ability to manifest and create to a whole new level, working on behalf of the collective. Pooling your shared intentions, knowing your magnificence, and embracing your absolute divinity, she said. Right, so we are exponentially more powerful working as a team, working as a group, working collectively with a similar intention, that focus. Obviously, the negative reptilians they have this dialed in. They know exactly what they're doing with energy. And they use it to their advantage. Service to self, not service to others. All right. Big, long pause here. And in the meantime, I'm working with Melchizedek, like, hey, how's it going? Are we still doing this? And they're like, yes, yes, yes. Please hold. She said, what we're doing, Shauna, is trying to paint a picture, but the picture is not two-dimensional. It is multidimensional, multifaceted, so many considerations. And just a general inability for us to truly see, know, and understand the truth of all of what's happening here. It's similar to trying to understand all the facets of existence, she said. We just are not at a point within with our awareness and our abilities to create this beautiful masterpiece, this painting, that would capture all of this. So we do the best we can. One brush stroke at a time, she said, to build these layers, to build the complexity, to build the depth. We are working with the tools that we have. We are working at the level of consciousness that we've been able to reach in order to look at this situation from many, many angles. It's no easy task, she said. And as mentioned before, it takes so much faith and trust, Shauna, and I know that you know this very well. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think we all do. We all do. Trust and faith. Oh my goodness. Surrender. She said here, so our team is here on the other side of the veil, these beautiful higher dimensional beings coming to our service, offering their wisdom, their guidance, and help. The objective here, Shauna, what we have set out to do, it will take all of us focused, intently focused, and opening ourselves up to these concepts and ideas. And she said this requires a bit of vulnerability because we are in new territory, and as individuals, we don't have all of the answers, and it's very difficult to see the bigger picture. So we must trust. We must lead with our hearts. Historically, humanity hasn't done a whole lot of this. Yeah. She said, Shauna, the negative reptilian allegiances. So she totally switched gears here after a lengthy pause. The negative reptilian allegiances, remember that they have forged partnerships with other off-Earth species who generally are in alignment with the negative reptilians and their service to self approach. I'm trying to remember who told us about these allegiances first, either Melchizedek or the Galactic Federation of Light during the daily Ascension updates that I did. So she's going into this. She said, these allegiances, Shauna, represent a growing and vast contingency who are taking it upon themselves to quote unquote play God with other planetary systems, other species, life forms, and other resources. And Shauna, what may seem as mean-spirited or self-centered or just plain wrong, in fact, feels normal, expected, and right for the negative reptilians and their contingency. Shauna, the legions here of which I speak contain a handful. She said maybe 4, 5, or 6 different species who work closely with the negative reptilians to support their agenda. As has been explained before, she said, the negative reptilians at the top of this hierarchy. Sorry, as has been explained before, the negative reptilians manage everything through hierarchy. Hierarchical assignments and expectations are central to how they operate. So of course you have that the negative reptilians are at the top of this hierarchy, and then the other species below them, supporting them in exchange for benefits and perks that are important to those other species. She says here, what we've come to understand with these additional species is that they too eventually fall under the spell of the negative reptilians. They too begin to lose touch with their own free will, and they fall victim to their expert energy manipulation, much like what has been used on humanity. Imagine that. When other species make a pact with the negative reptilians, they are sold on many attributes, many possibilities for this partnership. The negative reptilians are very convincing and seemingly have so much to offer these other species. The negative reptilians have the technology, they have the strength, the power, the numbers, many proof points for their domination, she said. They make these other species many promises. The other species say yes, and it's just a matter of time before they too are absorbed into the grips of the expert energy manipulation. And once again, it may feel as though these other species are acting on behalf of their own accord, because it happens so swiftly that they're not even aware of what's happened before it's too late. It happens so swiftly that they're not even aware of what's happened before it's too late. Each of these other species, she says, brings their own gifts to the table. These partnerships strengthen the negative reptilians' prowess, strengthen their reach, increase their coverage, and they help them build their knowledge. Genetics, Shauna, the genetic markers we've talked about, she said, DNA, bloodlines, modification of life, creation of life, cessation of life, molding and shaping through genetic manipulation to suit their needs. It's through these allegiances that they are able to be so swift, complete, and thorough with this type of subjugation. Also, collectively, they have many fleets of ships. They have attained a high degree of technology. They've been manipulating genetics for a very long time. They completely understand energy and the power of intention. And for a very long time, they have been able to ride a fine line in terms of breaking universal laws around free will and subjugation. But yes, now, she said, they have crossed many lines, and this will not be condoned and it will not be tolerated. All right. So this is where we actually ended up stopping for the night. It was 10 o'clock or so, and I'm like, I've got to be done. I really want to be alert, aware, awake for the channeling. I want to make sure that it's right and that I've got the energy to do it. So anyway, we wrapped it up. So that was it. All right, guys. So I'm not sure where this is going. I think some of this that we've talked about before, I hope she gives us a lot more information about these allegiances and these other off-planet species. I find this absolutely fascinating. All right, team. All right, so that's it for today. Short video. Thanks, everybody, for all your beautiful comments and for being present here, for being available to the Queen, to the light, to this collective. You guys are amazing. I hope you're all doing great. I do expect to see you all again tomorrow. All right, team, I love you. Mwah.